Hey guys, so on today's video, I thought it might be kind of interesting to address the most mispronounced English words by foreigners. Now, I work in tourism in Central Europe, and I hear a lot of local guides in a lot of different cities and countries, and honestly, they're fantastic with their information and their presentation. However, I've heard a few frequent, and that's the cat scratching on a scratcher. I've heard a lot of the same frequent mistakes made over and over, and I thought it just might be a little interesting to bring that up. Sorry, the cat has really just decided to play a lot right now. This is not just something that I encountered in my job in tourism, but also something that I noticed when I was teaching English in Vienna. I came across a lot of folks with some common pronunciation issues. And again, it's perfectly rational and normal to have these kinds of issues. English may be easy from a grammatical standpoint, but man, is the pronunciation hard. We have all these silent letters, and you could have O-U-G-H pronounced so many different ways, so of course it's easy to understand how people could have some issues with the English language. Anyway, so a few things I wanted to bring up. First, I want to talk about pronunciation, and then second, just about a few words that are just used really incorrectly. Number one, and because again, I work in tourism, I'm going to say the word vineyard. This one I hear wrong all the time. Vineyard, vineyard. I've heard wineyard, all kinds of manifestations of this, but folks, it's vineyard. Another one that I hear all the time, even by really, really good English speakers. Iron. It's not iron, it's I earn. So it's like the word I and the word earn, like earn a salary. Iron. So that's a little tricky one that I've heard a lot of mistakes with. One that is commonly mispronounced because it's not very popular in Europe, but it's super popular in North America. Syrup. Yum, yum, yum. Who doesn't love maple syrup on their pancakes and waffles? Europeans don't. I also wanted to note that on my little presentation today, I'm going to be speaking about American English, because we know there are some differences between British and American English pronunciations. I'm also going to mention that in the US alone, we have a lot of different pronunciations, a lot of regional dialects. I'm from the Northeast, and I occasionally have a little bit of an accent that sneaks out from the Philadelphia region, but for the most part, I like to think that I've learned, especially as my background as a performer, I've gotten kind of that neutral, just plain English without as much regional affectation, shall we say. So another word that I hear a lot is mayonnaise. It's not mayo. If you want to say it short, it's mayo. It's not mayonnaise, it's mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. One that's also commonly mispronounced, and this one's tricky, and I will admit it. Comfortable. It's not comfort-able. It's comfortable. You know this is really tricky. Next, let's talk about receipt. There's no P sound in it. That's right, folks, the P is silent. And let's talk about a few other words that have silent letters in them that are commonly mispronounced because people say the silent letters. Subtle. I know there's a B in there. I don't know why there's a B. It's silent. Subtle. English. Another word, answer. The W, silent. Another one, fasten. Wait, there's a T there. Nope, don't say the T. It's just fasten. Being that I work in tourism and we talk sometimes about architecture and people are pointing out the different fronts of buildings, the word that in English we just pronounce facade. I think I've heard people say facade or something like that. It's just facade. I think that's pretty much from the French. Another word, now I'm going to be honest, guys, this is a pet peeve of mine. I'm sure you have your own pet peeves in your language when you hear some people say things incorrectly. Shrimps. There's no shrimps. Nope, no shrimps. Do not add an S to shrimp. Do not try and make it plural in that way. Scratch that out of there and just get rid of it. No shrimps. And the next word is actually one that I've even seen a lot of native speakers mess up, at least when they're typing, and that's the difference between loose and lose. Loose has the two O's, and that's when something is not tight. So the rope was loose, and L-O-S-E is lose. Be careful or you might lose your wallet. So a big difference in what those words mean based on how you spell them. Another thing that gets really tricky is numbers, believe it or not. So I'm going to use the examples of 14 and 40. When we say 14 or 15, the stress is on the teen. Yeah, again, the cat keeps playing. The stress is on the teen part, and it's a strong T sound, very aspirated. Whereas when we say 40 or 30, the stress is on the first syllable, and the T is actually softened a little bit. And this way you can actually hear the difference between the two numbers, 40 versus 14. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this little list. It's just a little something out there for fun. I'm not criticizing anybody. I know we all have our challenges when we're learning new languages, but this is just a little something that I hear regularly in my line of work when it comes to the English language. So if you have your own little mispronunciation catches that you've caught along the way, share it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And again, please, please, please like and subscribe to my channel for lots more great travel videos. See you guys next time. You can subscribe right there on my face on the side of the screen. Say hi, Dagger. No, you don't want to say hi.